Hello, folks. Welcome to today's football predictions on BetPress. Another very beautiful day, and once again, we back to our predictions as usual. All right, we always look at football matches that are going on across the globe, and we select a few of these matches and look into them. Looking at the recent results that they had, and using those data, we always come up with the best possible value for each of these matches. That's what we're doing on television, and we're going to do that in a short while. All right, before we head on, we look at yesterday. We had a very, very good outing. We saw how we played yesterday. A lot of games that we created saw success yesterday, and our VIP membership, we had our game there, and we won on VIP special yesterday. And kudos to those of us who were part of it, and kudos to those of us who took part in our yesterday's games. And I always urge you to endeavor to join the VIP group, VIP membership, so that you don't miss out on these perks. We'll put out games that are believed to be, more likely to come up correctly. We put it down there in the VIP membership group. So do endeavor to join. Look at this very video. Anyway, you found join. You can use it to have access to the VIP as well as the description of this very video. You'll always find that link that will take you to the VIP special group. All right, do endeavor to join. And that being said, without further ado, we head to the business of today, and we start with the first match that we're looking into today. It is in the UEFA Europa League, where we have a mighty lander who will be facing Hibern. We know the mighty land is a side in the Denmark, and also Hibern is in Scotland. All right, so when we look at the recent games for these two teams, you can see that for Midtjylland in the last 6 matches have been able to achieve 4 victories out of the last 6 games that they had, and they also lost 1 game and had a draw. But our which side, Hibern, on the other hand, have won 2 matches and 2 draws, also losing 2 matches in the last 6 games that they had so far. When you look at how the two teams have performed in recent times, all right, from home away perspective, you could see that Midtjylland, the home side, have actually won 7 games and a draw in the last 10 home matches. They've also had 2 losses out of those 10 home matches that they have so far. All right, and when you look at the away side, Hibern, they're not the best side from away. They've actually had 3 draws as well as 3 wins in the last 10 away games, but have also lost 4 matches out of those. The last away game they had, we saw them, in the season friendly against Ajax, and also then losing to Ajax by 6 goals 3 on that very occasion. All right, and here we are going with the home side of Midtjylland to achieve a result here, and we expect the home side of Midtjylland to win out in this very encounter. So home win, that's some value for that very one. All right, and we head to the next for today, also in Europa, but Europa Conference League, where we have Dina Minsk who will be facing Ignatia. All right, we'll look at how the teams fared. Dynamo Minsk, the home side, have been able to achieve 1 victory and a draw, but have lost 4 matches out of the last 6 games. And the away side have managed 3 victories and 2 draws, also losing 1 game. And when you look at how these two teams have performed in recent matches that they had from one away perspective, you can see for the home side, Dynamo Minsk have not, they've been doing so very well in the last 10 home matches. Have been able to achieve 8 victories and a draw, only losing 1 match in the last 10 home matches that they had so far. And the side, Ignatia, on the other hand, have also been able to achieve 4 victories and 3 draws in the last 10 away matches. They've lost 3 games as well. The last away game that they played, also losing to Breeder Plague, Iceland side by 5 goals 0 that very occasion. That's also the side, not the very best side when playing from away. But here, we are definitely going with the home side to do better in this very encounter, seeing that we saw them defeating the likes of Dynamo Brest in the second to the last home match that they had by 5 goals 0. So it's a side that's actually quite good form, and we do expect home side to either win or draw, and yet we're going to see under 4.5 here. So home win or draw and under 4.5, that's a value for that very game. And the next we have for you today is also in the Europa Conference League, we will have a Vikings of Norway coming up against Kopa, the side in the Slovenia. And when you look at how the two teams have performed the recent games, it is Vikings who have 2 wins and a draw, and also 3 losses. And Kopa, their side, have had 2 wins as well, 2 draws, and 2 losses also. All right, looking at how the two teams fared from home and away basis, you could see that for the home side, Vikings, the last 10 home matches that they had, have seen them achieving 6 victories out of the last 10 home matches. They've also had 2 draws and 2 losses in the last 10 home games that they had so far, Vikings of Norway. And when you look at Kopa, their away side, the Slovenian side, have been able to also do very well. They've had 5 victories and 3 draws in the last 10 away games, and they've also lost 2 games out of those. But we know that in terms of quality. It comes down to quality in this very situation. We know that Vikings have been a side that have been doing very well on recent occasions, and we've seen them winning their matches and doing very well, especially when they're playing from home. So here we are going with the home side Vikings to win in this very encounter. So we expect home win outrightly. That's all valid for that very game. Okay, and we head to the last for today. It is also in the Europa Conference League where we have Kunos Ugaris side in Luton coming up against Balor. All right, Balor is a side also that's coming from Iceland. All right, when you look at the some games for these two sides, it is Kunos Ugaris who have 5 wins and draw in the last six matches that they had, and we said Balor on the other hand have won 6 games out of 6. This is going to be a very interesting encounter. All right, and when you look at how the two teams fared from home and away perspective, you can see that the home side, Kunos Ugaris, is a side who have actually won 8 matches and a draw in the last 10 home games that they had. They've also lost 1 out of those matches, but you see them winning convincingly against the side. The last 6 home matches that they won so far saw them winning without conceding a goal. But each time they always score a minimum of 3 goals in the last 6 home games that they had. They've been winning and not conceding a single goal. All right, that tells you a lot about this very home side. And the away side, on the other hand, Balor also have done very well. They've actually won several matches in the last 10 away games that they had, and also they've lost 3 games out of those 10 away matches that they had so far. So when we put all these stats together, we believe Kunos Ugaris, might be, possessing better quality. It comes down to quality once again in this very one. And, when we put all that together, we definitely expect the home side, Kunos Ugaris, who have been scoring lots of goals from home and not conceding. The minimum of goals that have conceded, the maximum, the goals that have conceded in the last 10 home matches that they have so far is only 3 goals. And it was on 3 occasions. That's, the last 4. All right, it's actually the amongst the last 4 games that they had prior to these last 6 ones. All right, they had one conceded one goal on each of those matches, but the last 6 games that they had from home also saw them not conceding a single goal. So we are going with Kunos Ugaris to do well here, and it might be the home side that we'll have today. So we expect Kunos Ugaris to either win or draw and under 4.5 once again. Home win or draw and under 4. That's what valid for that very one. All right, and that concludes it for our predictions on Betcraft today. And wish you the very best of luck and hope your ticket goes great. And also remember to play responsibly, as these are football matches. Sometimes may not be exactly what it seems. Remember that the remainder of these very predictions will be on our VIP special group. Do endeavor to join, and so that you have access to this special packs where we'll put out games that we believe to be having more likelihood of coming out successful. VIP special. All right, tomorrow is another day. We're back this very channel with our predictions. Do not miss out. Until that time, keep winning.